Hello, this is Dr. Michael Shear with Learn Locator, a free resource on how to treatment plan, utilize, and maintain locator attachments for overdentures. The purpose of this webinar is a shortened, condensed version of the full-length chairside attachment processing technique demonstration video available on the Learn Locator channel. What we're going to be doing today is utilizing chairside to attach this denture to this 2-implant locator overdenture model, utilizing the denture cap and all the materials that's necessary. We're going to be doing that with just the main steps, just as a short and condensed version for all the busy clinicians that are not available and able to watch the entire video or wish just to reference back to each individual step. So I'm going to put these aside for now, so that way we have an opportunity to look at the chairside product packaging and look at what's inside. As you see here, this attractive box includes everything that you would need to attach the denture caps to your denture. Inside of here is the syringe and plunger containing the chairside attachment processing material. Comes with 15 mixing tips and 15 angle tips. Also on the side is the lot and reference number in case you need to reference this material, as well as the use by date. So as we open up the product packaging, inside is a baggie containing 15 of our mixing tips, our chairside material inside of this double-barreled syringe. It's an 8-gram syringe, typically about 15 2-implant overdenture uses within this syringe. 15 angle tips, an instruction manual, and then also this little orange card that just describes that we should express a small amount of this material prior to use, just to ensure proper mixing, which we have already done. So now, one of the main benefits of this material is that there really is no primer required. It's really exciting because that messy additional step really adds for the amount of time that is necessary to attach a locator denture cap to a denture. Additionally, this material has outstanding handling characteristics and it bonds to itself with ease. The handling characteristics is really important later on as we fill in any sort of voids around the denture caps. Additionally, this material has a true dual cured capability, meaning that I can use a light curing unit to go ahead and set this material faster than I can with a traditional just self-cured material. Additionally, it's odorless and tasteless and exhibits a low curing temperature for your patient's comfort. Finally, it's a low cost per use because of the shortened mixing tip, and with the double barrel design really increases efficiency with your denture attachment. So as I mentioned before, what we're going to do is we're going to take this model and utilizing this demonstration denture, we're going to be attaching a denture cap on each one of these implants, which I'm going to start doing now by applying our locator block-out spacer and our denture caps. See here, and as you see here. As we start to work this through, what we're going to do is we're going to attach these denture caps inside of this denture to create it into an implant overdenture. So step one is to go ahead and create some of our recess holes. All of the information for this technique is included in the full-length video. We're not going to be doing this in the shortened, condensed version, but I'm going to be describing each individual step. What I typically like to do is utilize a burr that looks similar to this just to create my initial recess. Then what I'll do is go ahead and take a round burr and I'm going to punch a hole straight through the lingual, as you see here, to create a vent hole. And then what I like to do is take a inverted cone burr just to create some mechanical undercuts around the inside of those relief holes. So now at this point, I'm going to take my denture, make sure it fits on top of my patient and I don't have any rocking. Having adequate clearance all the way around my attachments is going to ensure success. So what I'm going to do is, my personal preference is to go ahead and utilize the straight mixing tip as opposed to utilizing the angled component for my initial curing set. I like to utilize the angled component to fill in any sort of voids. So I'm going to fill my denture recess about 2/3 of the way full utilizing my chairside material. We see here. And you'll notice that it has initially a darker color than what you would expect with a complete denture. However, once polymerized or fully set, that material starts to blend in a lot nicer. Okay, about 2/3 of the way full. I'm going to very carefully seat on top of my denture. Occasionally what I like to do is fill a little bit right around on one of the attachments. I'm just going to put a touch on that one just to demonstrate. I'm going to seat carefully on top of my denture, verifying that I get flow of the material out the lingual, just as you see here. Holding my denture down, I'm going to let it set for approximately 30 seconds before I start light curing. So a part of that relief vent that you see here on the lingual slope is just to make sure that I minimize the amount of resin flash that I get around the intaglio surface of my complete denture. This is really essential because if I can minimize the amount of flash, I'll verify that I have my complete denture sitting completely on the tissues. So now at this point, I can take a light cure and start to accelerate the set of the chairside processing material. I'm going to hold it approximately in the areas of where my denture recesses are, and light cure for about 20 seconds on each slope. And I have my curing light set to 20 seconds, so it's really easy for me to go ahead and do. Verifying that I'm holding my denture down the whole time, but for the demonstration purposes of this video, I'm just going to let it sit on top of the model. Here on the lingual, another 20 seconds, right approximately where that vent hole is. And on the facial. Waiting for my full cure. Now we're ready to go ahead and separate. Nice and gently, we're going to pop it straight out and pop it straight out, and we've successfully attached it to our complete denture with minimal flash in and around the complete denture. So now at this point, what I'm going to do is start to separate everything, pulling out my spacer and pulling out my spacer and inspecting to see if I have any sort of voids, which I do in one little area right in here, and then a couple little areas right in here. But you can see I don't really have too many voids. I like to alternate between using a mechanical instrument and a burr just to flake off any of this little excess like you see right in here. Like you see in here, just to flake that off. Should come really easily off that excess area. And there we go, clean it off. Good. Now at this point, I'm going to demonstrate like I have a void right in this area as I mentioned before. So I'm going to go ahead and take my denture, set it down for a moment with my little angled tip. And this angled tip really is just a super nice feature because what I can do is just very carefully inject along that slope without having to fuss. I don't need an additional instrument, but I literally just paint it right there. And then I can use that same instrument and just feather it up just a little bit. And that handling characteristic is really, really ideal. Okay, just like so, and then just like so. And I can light cure to get that to accelerate the set. Approximately 20 seconds. Again, what's really great about this product is the light cure capability. No primer, the handling is excellent, it will bond to itself without any trouble. If you do get a little bit of saliva on the actual chairside product, you can just go ahead and dry it off, and it'll be really easy to get the rest of the components to bond to itself. So now at this point I can go ahead and start cleaning up my, my resin flash and some of my voids. So I'm going to go ahead and grab an acrylic burr. I typically like to use a burr that has that type of shape, just to clean off this excess right in here. There we go. And then right in here as well. Okay, cleaning that off. And now we're starting to get pretty good, nice and flush. Same thing, I'm going to use this time a round burr to clean out some of the excess right around my denture processing nail. go, smoothing off any little sort of sharp edges, cleaning off, and we've successfully attached that to our complete denture. At this point, I can go ahead and remove my processing mail. Hopefully. There we go. Pop that out. Same thing over here. There we go. Remove that component. Unscrew this top part. I'm going to take my blue attachment, cleaning off my gloves for just a second, and we're going to pop that on there, just like so. And then also, just like so. And I'm going to try it back on my simulated patient, verifying I've got adequate snap. Felt really good, felt really good. So now at this point, one final polishing step, and I typically like to use something that looks like a denture polisher, like what you see here, just to polish off some of those edges and to make it nice and smooth. As you see here, there we go. Cleaning that off, and there we go. Attaching that to our denture, verifying that I've got nice bonding everywhere and the denture is adequately retained. So that's kind of our short course with the CHAIRSIDE product. Again, if you have any questions, please reference the full-length video on the Learn Locator channel. But this is another webinar for Learn Locator, a free resource on how to treatment plan, utilize, and maintain locator attachments for overdentures. Stay tuned for our next webinar. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.